Alright there, it's your old mate Yorkie here, bringing you another episode of Next Festering, where I look at demos of the Steam Next Fest. This one, Autopsy Simulator. Used the wrong word last time. Sometimes I'm glad I'm recording and not live. Alright, new game.
No, do not call me anymore. It's none of my business.
Oh. Well, you don't sound happy.
Oh, the cops from Steven's visit yesterday. I don't think he likes my coffee. He barely took a sip. Oh, the cops from Steven's visit yesterday.
Okay.
I don't think he likes my coffee. He barely took a sip.
Hi, this is Kate Brooks, a reporter for the New Orleans Weekly. I couldn't find you at home. I'm starting to suspect you are avoiding me, Mr. Hoffman. Anyway, as you know, we'd like to write an article commemorating your wife's achievements. We'd be delighted to talk to you about it. Along with this note, I'm also leaving my business card. I hope to find you at home or at the office. Okay, just put it down. Got my own issues, but I'm on the skids. Okay.
How am I supposed to record a lecture for the student? Oh shit. It's only Thursday. It's for my guests.
Another person gone missing. Alright, so yeah, this is a mystery one as well. The statue is kind of disturbing. Slanesh.
I borrowed it from Steven. Since Alice died, Steven is the only person I trust.
So no. All style TV, just when is this
They need
set?
to fix them.
All style radio as well.
Oh, I'm gonna go nuts if I don't take my pills.
Alright. What's that card? Nothing, is a label.
Fuck. Where are my meds?
Oh yeah. Will you take the red pill or the blue pill? Well, there's only the red pills. Let's hope they're the good ones, eh? Alright, now what?
Alright. Now we can go get the camera.
Go to storage.
It's locked. It makes no sense without the camera.
Alright, so there's nothing there. Which is storage? Oh, that's storage. Okay.
Oh, this place is starting to look like a garbage dump rather
A
than
little
a
bit.
storage room.
Looks worse than my bedroom. There's the camera.
Well, I hope I won't forget to press the record button this time. Let's move on straight to our deceased.
All style camera as well, kinda.
I'm wondering how the new tripod is going to work. Just frame it properly and...
Should be good.
Oh, this should be fine. November 21st, 1991. Time, 8:43 p.m. Recording for medical students from the University of Missouri. The autopsy is conducted by... Well, who do we have here today?
Mention the rookie mistakes.
Mention the rookie mistakes. Oh yeah, that's right. That's my warrant to sensify you for a few issues. Found on the outskirts of a parking lot near a gas station, where he often begged and insistently offered to clean the windows of cars that were leaving the station. The body was found in a dry field drain. A frequent cause of traumatic deaths among the elderly is the various types of accidents, including traffic accidents or falling down the stairs. The body was spotted by a station worker during the morning shift. At first, he thought that someone had thrown rain boots and a coat in a nearby ditch. It took him a moment to recognize a human body laying on its back. Signs of libation could be found around the dead body. Empty bottles, traces of an inept attempt to start a fire, and a scattered makeshift blanket.
They've been boozing, in other words. Possibly homeless too. Alright, ooh, my eye's itching. Alright.
The deceased is locally known as Old Toby, homeless and unemployed.
Yeah, he was
for
homeless,
11
okay.
years. He had gotten into fights and had been bullied by the problematic youth of the town. He was that type of a man who never kept off alcohol, which caused him to be homeless. As a young man working in a suburban coal mine most of his life, he already abused alcohol, and as the time went by, he'd fall into addiction more. Oh, that's interesting. Although alcohol poisoning is the sole cause of death among the elderly people is relatively rare, different levels of alcohol poisoning happen among 1 in 4 deaths of elderly people, which may suggest that alcohol abuse is a significant issue in this age group. What is important to note, even though alcohol poisoning does not cause death, it does increase the risk of accidents and their following injuries.
Alright.
The body was found at 7 o'clock by Sheriff Matthew Thompson. White male, 76 kilograms, 5'8", age unknown. The deceased is a local homeless man named Toby Chambers. His son runs a hardware store. His wife ran away years ago. Local police have talked to residents, so we know more about the deceased. For example, that he loved drinking, and by no means was abstinent. Such clues can direct us to things that are worth keeping in mind during the autopsy.
Alright, that's that.
Found on the outskirts of a parking lot. The
I've
deceased,
done that,
the
done
body
that.
was mentioned.
Done
Found
that.
on the outskirts
Alright,
of a
so I've done
parking
all of
lot
them.
near a gas station, where he often begged and insisted.
Find and put the gloves on.
Oh, where are the damn gloves?
I see the goggles. I don't see the gloves yet. Are there any drawers? What about these drawers? Oh. There's a stills camera. Old Polaroid. Nothing there. Nothing up there. So where's the damn gloves? As he said. Well, that's trash. It's not going to be in there, is it? Well, I hope not, anyway. It's certainly not in the biological waste.
I don't want to disturb the neighbors.
Can't open them. Can't open them. Oh, there's the gloves. How did I miss them?
Work. We're going to need the camera. It should be here somewhere.
Yeah, didn't we find that
Must have
over
left
here
it in one of
somewhere?
the drawers.
Wasn't it in this set somewhere? There we are.
Let's follow the procedure and prepare photo documentation. We must follow the top-down rule. Luckily, we don't have to take pictures of the clothes this time. We are only focusing on the body. Let's keep in mind it's all about the legibility, not the perfect frame. Before we start searching for traces on the deceased's body, we have to take a main picture that goes in the files. Voila! Now we move on to the next step.
Alright, that's enough.
We're going to need better zoom here. We're going to need better zoom here. And that's perfect.
That's one.
Well, you don't have to stand close to be able to smell a strong odor of alcohol and other discharges. There's nothing left to say. Old Toby didn't spare him. People affected by homelessness most often die from accidents, alcohol abuse, or they freeze to death. Unfortunately, both suicide and homicide are also. While taking the photos, some entries that could be potentially lethal caught my attention. Let's take a closer look using the magnifying glass.
Alright, where's the magnifying glass? There we are. Oh, I probably have to put the camera back. Or not, as the case may be. Well... Oh, okay. Oh, from the tool wheel. That's there. I got it. Okay, magnifier.
An old wound that hadn't healed properly. It must have been some kind of burn or other injury. Nevertheless, it has nothing to do with the potential cause of death. There are frostbite marks all over the deceased's body. Although they are most visible on the tips of his fingers, they can be recognized by the very specific color of the skin. However, the hands tell us much more. By the look of his feet, I assume Toby must have worn uncomfortable and dinky shoes for quite a while.
They are messed up.
Such wounds have nothing to do with his death.
Yeah.
That's something interesting. While making photographic documentation, ecchymosis can be seen on the deceased man's head. The appearance indicates the intravital nature of the wound. We'll come back later to see if everything is alright with the brain.
Alright.
What do we have here?
Possible causes of death. Longitudinal scar. Possible cause. Visible frostbite. Well, the brain's a possibility.
The tells us it could have been a fatal accident.
Examine the marked spots. Which marked spots? Right, we're gonna need
I don't need this tool now.
don't need any of them right now, do you? You need this.
An old wound that hadn't healed properly. It must have been some kind of burn or other injury.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yes, it has nothing to do with the potential cause of death.
Yeah, we heard
He
that.
could be freezing to death. By the look of his feet, I assume Toby must have worn uncomfortable and dinky shoes for quite a while. However, such wounds have nothing to do with his death. Yeah, the odor can be the result of alcohol intoxication.
Yep, that's true. Alright.
At this point, that's all I can do based on all traces on the body of the deceased. The inside should tell me much more. Let's move back to the body.
Alright, grab the right hand.
Now let's check the level of muscle tension. This will allow us to establish time of death. Let's raise the deceased's hand. That's too high.
Oh.
And then let go.
Oh, I get it.
The rigor mortis gets, the greater the resistance from the muscles will be. As you can see, the hand falls loose. The rigor mortis has already subsided. We can then assume that the time of death stated in the files is correct.
Okay.
Let's grab a scalpel. You can boldly cut with the scalpel. It won't hurt him no more. We always start from the neck and move down towards the symphysis pubis. The incision should be deep. Next, we separate the skin and prepare to remove the ribs.
Oh, juicy. Come on. I got that one. Oh, it's making me doing it in disorder, okay.
The adipose tissue has an intense yellow hue. As you probably already guessed, we're going to need the scissors.
The loppers. Crunch.
After removing both cartilage and bone tissues, we are actually interested in two things that you can see at the very first glance. The lack of organ congestion means that, although the deceased was cold, hypothermia wasn't the cause of death.
Got him.
We can eliminate freezing as the cause of death.
Alright, that's fine. Take out the lungs and examine them. How do we examine them?
The deceased smoked like a chimney.
Yeah,
take a
black
closer
lung.
look. We see widespread black and tarry deposits caused by smoking cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the tragic condition of the lungs, they are not the cause of death. Now we need to go grab the syringe.
Alright.
At this point, we need to test the level of blood alcohol concentration of the deceased. We also collect the fluid from the deceased to determine the level of alcohol concentration
Oh, joy.
in the vitreous humor.
How delicious. Take blood samples.
We move on to
there.
collecting blood from the heart. 5 milliliters from the left ventricle should do it.
And then the bladder.
Now, we prick the bladder and draw about 10 milliliters of fluid. Keep in mind that you have to set the right time and speed on both knobs before running the centrifuge. Our samples may break into pieces due to the centrifugal force if we set up the wrong coordinates. I myself am terrible with numbers because I suffer from dyscalculia, which is why I always keep the appropriate coordinates at hand.
Take the note from the pen board. And it is. 40 minutes, 75% speed. Yeah. How do I turn it around? Whoops, that wasn't it. Oh, okay. And then this one. $75. And that's that. Uh-oh. Now.
Damn it. If something goes to shit, it's all the way. That's probably the blown fuses again. And I was hoping to clock out early today.
Go to storage.
What was that?
That was not good, really. He's still here. I just had a horrible feeling he might have moved. Alright, go to storage.
Yeah, it's definitely the fuses. Right goes first, left next.
Come on, get over there. Turn off the radio.
Where's that unbearable noise coming from?
Radio's in here.
That's strange. I'm pretty sure I closed the window.
Our radio's broken. So, where is it?
The homeless probably misses me already. I borrowed it from Stephen. Since Alice died, Stephen is the only person I trust.
Is there a radio in the storage room? Is that it? Don't look like it. Where is it then? Oh, it's getting louder down here, so it must be in here. Okay. There. Okay.
Alright, let's see what we've got here. Well, everything is telling us that the BAC, blood alcohol concentration, is
high.
Hence the smell we're getting from the deceased. Still, to be 100% sure, I have to send the samples to the lab. Unfortunately, I don't have the equipment to conduct a detailed analysis here.
So we're back and we're doing the stomach. It's actually quite
Now
fun.
let's take a closer look at the stomach.
In a morbid kind of way.
As expected, the stomach has no major external damage. In this case, further inspection is no use. We must cut him open.
Ah. Hang on. Too quick.
That's interesting. In addition to a large amount of gas and liquid, the stomach also contains small amounts of yellow-grayish food content resembling some kind of meat. Either our deceased hadn't eaten in days, or some of the bulk of his stomach had found a way out. Now, it couldn't have been suffocation, could it? Now we need to focus on the cardiovascular system, especially the heart. We take the organ and look it up and down, carefully.
Post-dissection examination, the stomach does not show signs of abnormalities. Alright, so it's the heart.
At first glance, the heart looks fine. The pulmonary trunk and aorta seem to be in good condition. There are no pathological changes that have contributed to our Toby's death. Well, once we've got the body ticked off, we can move on to the head.
Nope.
Let's take the autopsy saw, cut through the skull to cleave it in two. Remember, the skull, not the saw.
Oh, there's a saw.
Anyway, we will start dissecting the brain from the occipital lobe. In this way, the brain's dura mater is slowly revealing itself.
There we are. Examine the brain. Have that give that a good twist around, shall we? There we are.
After the basic examination, we can see that the cerebral gyri in both brain hemispheres. So far, so good. The hematoma seems to have had no effect on the organ we're examining. Let's check its transection. Moving on to the incision. Holding a knife with a long, narrow blade in your dominant hand, cut the cranial nerves on both sides, pulling the brain towards you.
No, I have to go down this way, don't I? For some reason it keeps coming off when I do it down. I'm not sure why, and that's rather annoying. Come on, hang on.
Remember, just one small fragment examined under the magnifying glass to dispel or confirm our doubts. We then take the fragment of the brain to the tray and, literally and figuratively, go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Just as I initially...
Oh, my throat.
As well.
Range is symmetrical, the furrows are clearly visible. Alright, we're at 26 minutes. I'm going to break it there because I don't want to carry on and break any story because this is actually quite interesting. If you would like to see more of this, if you'd like to see it come to channel, let me know. And I'll wait for it to come out in early access or full access and see where it goes. I'm on the edge, but it does look interesting. Alright, I'll see you anon.